me just claim all that. I gotta see how much I have. Ugh. Man, I usually get weapons, so... Oh my god, not another one. Yunfei, why? Yunfei hates me. No. Please. This happened before, where it was like, it was Toma, it was like a bunch of other ones. Oh my god, please. I've been saving for so long. Oh my god. Why does it have to be her? I didn't want her, but... Ah! Goro. Of course it has to be the book. Oh my god, not naughty, please. I can't win, can I? Naughty, why? Why? Though you are, like, kind of, but like, no. My god, Yunfei. Crap. Oh, you people. Great, I can only go on single summons. Oh my god.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom.
Skip that. Get that later. Here we go again. Oh my god, Goro. I swear. And I'm still mad.
Reduced to just stand.
Thing I didn't want because she looks like Hatsune Miku. But why? Man, I skipped Nahida for that too. How long do I have? Like 19 days. Okay.
Third.
Oh my god. Really? So annoying. I don't need to stress out about it. I have 19 days, so I don't need to stress. Though I did save up for it, I think I still have a chance. So I'm just gonna keep summoning for him when I get like the chance to like put money. I'm not gonna put like too much because I've learned from last time. I saved up from I saved up from when I got Sino. I skipped Nahida. I skipped pretty much everyone else up to getting like the Wanderer. So It took me a long time to save up, and I really want to get him. But oh my god, seriously. Like, no. Goro, no. And Faye's pretty much done now. Ugh. I didn't even want her. Well, hopefully I can get some from like this event, so I'm not gonna stress over it too much. Cause I have 19 days. That much I know.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay! That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you...
Yeah, well, I want to write my essay on something interesting.
Yes, you came to me. So all...
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? Is it just Paimon or is it kinda... Great! Let's go find out what...
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up... if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about...
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past.
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery, but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his... Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground.
So first this strange person goes missing.
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even
Wow.
back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's...
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with...
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like...
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So, basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the...
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the...
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a...
Puppet?
Aha! Judging...
No! Why am I...
I agree. It does.
Oh, and please read my...
Oh my god. So much reading.
Sawada was... Oh, how about...
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff...
Akaba, look. Besides, if there really was...
good point. Okay.
We have some other stuff to do.
All right, thank you.
Hey, so... That thing they... Okay, then... Even after all, we could... If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many... Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... The Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Going up.
Traveler, Nahida! Bad news. We just saw. Did he escape or? Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, it was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please come? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare
Sorry.
try to drive a wedge between us!
Shut up, Balladeer.
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even
There's
with the
no problem in
Balladeer.
that, though.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
Ugh.
The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us.
That's good.
That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a Harbinger? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back losers.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't...
Yeah, obviously! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you... Yes. I have my reasons for this decision, yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. You mean it's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about? And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era.
Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be...
Exactly! Or...
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends... Our minds have connected as Sumeru's deity. It is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give... It's my pleasure. I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irmin's... Great. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you...
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time.
Wow.
The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company.
Did babysit you, really?
But I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, Jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
Jailbird.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Soul. Ooh.
Oh,
Paimon's
that's actually
never
really
seen
nice.
anything like this.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Wow.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so... say we did go running. What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
I wouldn't dream of it. I don't even... Should it?
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
What a huge tree! Yeah, it's huge. It's big.
Lesser Lord
I've
Kusanali.
seen trees like that,
Good,
though.
you made it. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Don't say something stupid.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you said.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know a...
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh?
This light. It looks simple.
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have...
Shh. Just...
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to... And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torachiyo, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem...
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death.
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this.
You.
You!
I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
If you kill...
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There...
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this.
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The
Oh.
Fatui?
Just to create a minor...
That's it. That's why you...
Look how even the righteous soul is... My device functions precisely as you say. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead.
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people.
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human, Mr. Niwa? Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he...
So that's what happened.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? But why did...
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must...
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
give him some space. He looks...
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so...
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim?
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Tottori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, it won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About...
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens respond?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. Did you get all that, Lesser?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What the?
Nothing. I was just thinking. So long.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't you—
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone.
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Oh no.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated?
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, we're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible. This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with.
An emergency?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that he wants to change the past? But surely that's right! You can't just— it's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even— Ooh, Paimon— Huh? Ah! Sorry, but erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that— Paimon, there's no way he'll actually succeed. There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, Have you got any ideas on what? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But, alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Andrean chili chicken. Also, Adeptus Temptation gold. Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember. Is that a food too? What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something? So, the balladeer. Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like...
Foreign! Useless.
We made it to Amanoma Smithy!
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. No. Now there's a question I was... The once renowned... The art of... Most of the great swordsmith clans of... But fortunately, if my memory serves me right, you yourself...
Oh, yeah, we learned a bit about the decline of the riding...
Sorry.
That, my friends, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a... There is no harm in telling you, the Raiden Gokiden were the targets of a...
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophe. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting, knowing that they had just one chance, the smith's death. Though he, in his heart, powerless, and alas, finally, in his fury, he murdered. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kami, that is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. My pleasure.
Don't tell Pime. On to the next step.
Here we go. Hey, we're...
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss
Are they out on...
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato...
Well, What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else...
We'll be heading in there.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want? Of course, traveler. Yeah, what would you like to know? Oh, they're both as for...
So pretty much
Very much.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very well, Miss Kami. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all. I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself... The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the... They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. They get to talking about you sometimes, too, you know. Always with a... Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention.
Great.
It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time.
No.
As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So, in the future, if you... Wonderful.
Paimon likes it here. Paimon's itching to try it.
Of course.
All right, goodbye for now. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry.
All right, then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep. Everything's taken care of now.
Very well. Safe travels.
Here, there, and everywhere. Oh, boy.
Well,
Do my eyes deceive?
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area.
We have some questions and thought you might be able...
Certainly do. If there's anything you want to know, just like the back of... Not only that, but I've met people... Oh, I'm told that its history is one of the most...
A couple?
One was just in the last few years. They say he was a mechanic who can...
Hey, weren't you gonna...
Oh, I didn't
Me neither.
What brought this on? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono. I do know the word, but sadly I... Of course!
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happened. Come on. All right, let's...
Hey, it's them.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are.
We have time.
It's the same topic.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real... Huh?
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Too much reading. Too much reading.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler, remember how last...
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow. So...
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Ugh.
This new information...
Yes, okay. Point taken. You were...
And they're back at it.
Oh, so sorry.
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do. Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon.
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a...
The ballad... You look troubled. Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong?
That's quite a... So, this puppet known as the Balladeer...
But how was he even...
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. Nevertheless, it does make sense.
So, you believe this person really existed? And we just don't...
Yes. The Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten,
Paimon's having a...
I can only make inferences based... Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died. Once the Balladeer realized he couldn't keep hating humans. The story makes sense. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with that power then
Yeah, it does. It just feels so
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record.
Huh?
When combined with the Traveler's
Hold on.
Yes. Changing the information, but Irminsul can't change information.
That's incredible!
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the Balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. Once in a while, but the monster soon, the kitten too wished to become a fox. Furious at this happy a gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, the monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, the foxes have decided. You are the one who must... The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. Never again would it cherish it, how it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the end.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own to become a god. He was This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Creating a deity was just the first step. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams.
It's hard to believe that this person, Paimon, has no memory of him at all.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That we still don't know how to change.
It sounds like Paimon...
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. So the answer is not everything. When you give someone the truth, you give them it to others looking on. This may seem like a pointless endeavor. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road, and that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about...
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it. Come on, Traveler. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But...
Worthless!
What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? All right, figured. Why'd you jump up on?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Look, if you're gonna help out here...
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, but I think you're right. Maybe it's the city.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's...
You're a strange one, kiddo. I don't want to take advantage, so...
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything.
You're welcome, I guess.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights.
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of...
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the ballad... Oh, all right.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I...
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. I have no recollection.
Are you
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
a puppet?
Huh?
You were right!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Sounds nicer.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it.
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
Sounds kind of nice. New mail. What do I get new mail for? Cool.
go.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right.
Oh, you really went and picked some more.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a... But anyway, taking you in...
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye.
Don't mention it, kiddo.
Thank you. All right, done.
What's wrong? Huh?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to...
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself.
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life?
Yes, something far more distant than the past.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
How to put this lightly?
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even... Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
You're not wrong.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
No, not at all.
We're not trying to...
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be... He's got so much to answer...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves.
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Are you sure about that?
I want to experience my own transgressions.
Are you sure about that?
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name.
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one...
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your...
Understood.
Thank you.
Ooh. Screen.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it.
So this is what this thing is. Huh.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation.
Is that because this is kind of like...
You could...
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction. There's someone passed out. You're awake. Huh. Not a
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Bikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion.
And the rest is history.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by...
Let me get you out of here.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as the second in command at Tatarasuna, but Katsuragi had...
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where...
I was abandoned, like you. I lived...
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died. He kept coughing all the time.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the Balladeer didn't know what to call him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. After leaving Tatarasuna, the Balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name. Just
what happened to the child?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The Balladeer came home one day and found that he had...
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that can be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Well, that be no excuse for slacking.
You can't Judgment is upon you. Their penance is due.
I see through you. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Is that all you got? You can't run. Well,
you stay condemned.
Isn't over.
Guilty.
I miscalculated.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer.
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent
Huh. What do you have? Perhaps you find...
What a sharp... Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you...
Save your breath. I know what...
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way.
I'm merely lighting up. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. By then, see you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue?
The plot does not end here.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take...
Welcome. I look for...
When do we start?
You seem impatient.
The biological
Nothing worse than what I've been...
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after...
That was gracefully worded.
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again?
That person gives off a very...
It's normal for him.
Let's move on.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But...
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my... I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that... So I beg you, grant me this opportunity.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that... You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions?
Feeble human!
Too slow.
Behold! Insignificant past!
Quit following me. Quit following me.
The wind rises. Behold! At my command, you shall fall!
Nothing worth mentioning.
Squall Fury! My endless cycle begins! Behold, feeble human! The wind rises. Squall Fury! Insignificant past! The wind rises. Behold! Perish!
I'm used to this.
Insignificant past! The wind rises. Feeble human! Squall Fury! Churn! The wind rises. At my command, you shall fall.
Quit following me.
Behold! Insignificant past! The wind rises. My endless cycle
Squall Fury
begins!
Nothing worth mentioning.
Insignificant past! Behold!
Squall Fury!
Feeble human!
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect?
There's the tone of... Wait! But it was you inside that thing!
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me, but don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer. You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should after learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for...
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can... Changing the world, changing the past, changing... What you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world...
Indeed. How...
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes. And I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over to...
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of... But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to...
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins... Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly? I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor, and I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to... I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing but... Some things in this world can never be brought... Everything that you feel is real and lasting. And whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose...
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway...
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feeling. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the...
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but...
Where are you off to?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
She does it with everybody. Don't beat yourself over it.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
Why is... Oh my god.
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name...
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious...
Have you got anything?
Not really. I'm just gonna name his, like... I can't figure out. Nope. I'm bad at spelling.
Have no need for these names anymore. Okay. Have you got anything?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Fuck.
Okay. Have you got anything?
Would be a good name. Because it wouldn't let me...
Are you sure? Oh, all right. If...
now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
It's like, hey, you.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see.
Huh? But if...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's... What's that look for? Don't make... That day will come. Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant.
Yeah, true. But even so we can finally go eat?
Thank you both. I hope...
I've got it! I can end my...
You mean because...
Yeah! I heard that the dark cloud. Then, one night, all these expressions... Life is...
Boring!
Useless. It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger... Wow! Huh? Look at the... Did someone break it?
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled.
Huh? Is there some...
Unfortunately, the fate of when a small animal, like a vase that falls... History does not change easily, but...
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what... Anyway, that face is still... Feels wrong just leaving it.